Good afternoon, everybody. How you doing today? And welcome to the latest edition of Drew Mania Live. Nice to have you with us on this Monday, the 19th day of March, the year 2018. And of course, this is yours truly, Andrew L. Perry. Thank you for that warm applause. As always, coming to you live and at you from the busy streets of Brooklyn, New York today, as I chat to you lovely people. As far as the world of sports is concerned, we have plenty to discuss today. But the one thing in my topic, and of course we're talking about the NCAA tournament. I don't know about you folks. I've been watching the NCAA tournament since 90, 89, right around there. That's where I start watching sports, actually, when I was 5 years old, when I start going to school, and I've been watching it with my uncle and stuff. But I gotta be honest with you, I never, out of all, I've been watching the NCAA tournament since I was in diapers, okay? I never in my wildest life seen a tournament this wide open and seen so many upsets ever. Even the 60s with the game of the century, UCLA versus Houston. Even the 1979 National Championship game between Indiana State Sycamores and the Michigan State Spartans. Even then, you don't see many upsets as we do this year. Who would have thought that we will see a 16 seed upset a number 1 seed? And even though they were knocked out yesterday by gave it a good run, but was knocked out in the second round. The point is, there are two things I will say. One, there is no clear-cut favorites. There's no strong team in this year NCAA tournament. I can tell you that. Number two, this is why you play the game. This is why we watch sports. Because what you think that we know and we expect it to be, it unfolds before your eyes. And that's what we've been seeing since Thursday, since the tournament begins. First of all, let me jump out of it right away. There are several teams who should, let's be honest, there's several teams who shouldn't be in the tournament, honestly. I am not shocked that Oklahoma was knocked out. I knew Oklahoma was going to be knocked out. Outside of Trae Young, this Oklahoma team wasn't that strong, and they gave them a 10 seed. That wasn't a really upset, and I don't know how Oklahoma State is not in the NCAA tournament. Oklahoma State have a better resume and better team than Oklahoma, actually, and they didn't get into the tournament. That is mind-boggling to me. But there are several teams. Syracuse, even though they lost they moving on to the Sweet 16, they should have been in the tournament. Let's be honest, they should have been in the tournament. But they are playing solid basketball, and they picked the right time to play basketball too. Miami, what can you say about Miami? Miami, they're not a strong team, and the Shockers of Wichita State in there. Let me start with the two teams that I picked. I did the bracket twice, and I picked two teams. I picked two teams to go all the way. Michigan State, who always turn it up at the right time, always a physical team, get knocked out by Syracuse. And I usually pick Michigan, who's in the Sweet 16. And Michigan always turn it up at the right time. Always. Virginia. Virginia disappointed me. Because I picked them, with the rest of America, picked them to go all the way. I picked Virginia to go all the way because I thought Virginia was a good team. Was a good team. Boring team. They're not an exciting team. I thought their defense offensively. Well, defense doesn't always win championship, folks. One dimension and doesn't win championships. And that's been the problem with Virginia for the past 2 or 3 years. I can't remember the year on top of my head, but they was a clear cut favorite and they was knocked out in the first round. But I wasn't expecting them to get blown out by a 16 seed. Listen, give UBMC credit for not paying attention to the seedings, because this is what the NCAA tournament is all about. This is about the small schools. See, they could play with the big schools, quote unquote big schools, and they have been doing it. They have been doing it for over 50 years, and I don't expect that to change anytime soon. And college basketball is changing so dramatically, it is unbelievable. It really is. Having said that, I'm really not that surprised that Virginia lost, because Virginia is not a strong team. And honestly, they shouldn't have been the overall number 1 seed. I think they should have given the overall number 1 seed. You could make a case, Kansas, even though they're having a quiet year, or Villanova. I don't think Virginia didn't have a strong year, in my opinion, to have a number 1 overall seed. You could give it to Duke. I think Duke had a solid year. I really do. But Virginia, your number 1 overall seed, we should have known it would have been doomed from the start. But we wasn't expecting it like this. Staying with the ACC, I want to jump on North Carolina. Not only you lose to Texas A&M Aggies, not only you put up a disgrace performance yesterday to end your season, and this is the second time under Roy Williams, and by the way, this is the Roy Williams' worst defeat as a head coach in the NCAA tournament ever. Let me add that too. Either with Kansas or North Carolina, this is his worst defeat ever. Anyway, back to the team. This is the second time that North Carolina lost in the second round after winning the national championship last year since 2006, when they lost to George Mason. Remember that? Yes, I remember. Anywho, North Carolina wasn't that strong anyway. I didn't expect them to go back to back. And anybody if you watch North Carolina all season long, they were not back to back national championship caliber team. Even though they're North Carolina and they always have solid, and I think by the way, I think Joel Berry will be an excellent point guard. And if you're any team, either the Knicks, Nets, I will grab him immediately. And with the right coaching, I think he will be a solid NBA player. I really would. But anyway, the problem with North Carolina, they play this up and down. Roy Williams played this up and down, speeding up type offense, but don't play defense at all. And it came back dividends against Texas A&M, and Texas A&M just gave it to them and just ran away with it. And honestly, that's what you have to do to beat North Carolina. A team like that. You have to make shots when you need to and put this game on ice. Because once you put this game on ice, North Carolina ain't coming back. And in the result, Texas A&M, they just put up too much points. Against North Carolina. There's nothing else to say. And now, what can you say? North Carolina, it's been a great year, but they won't advance to the Sweet 16. Again, I didn't think they was going to go farther anyway. And officially, the round of 32, the round of 64, the first week of the NCAA tournament is in the books. Now it's to the Sweet 16 and the Elite 8. And now, once you reach the Sweet 16, if you're in Lyon or Chicago, if you're in Nevada, if you're Florida State, if you're Villanova, all these teams, you will say, we have a chance to go all the way. A chance to go all the way. And now, who will go all the way? Because there's no clear-cut favorites again in this tournament. And the madness just beginning. And believe me when I tell you, the madness, there's more madness to come. And starting on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And on that note, that's going to do it for this edition of Drew Mania Live. For more information and listen to more about my show, follow the show on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and iHeartRadio. This is Andrew Perry, always saying to you, Shalom, let peace go with you, and I'll talk to you on the next Drew Mania Live podcast. So long, everybody, and enjoy the rest of your night.